What if the most valuable 30 minutes on your calendar are the ones with absolutely nothing on them? If you're tired of sprinting on that entrepreneurial hamster wheel, then I want you to hit the pause because we are talking today about lazy gains. We're going to discover why strategic rest delivers outsized returns, from digital detox hacks to company wide no meeting blocks. The Spark, powered by the Mastermind City, unpacks how stepping back can catapult your creativity, kill burnout, and even fatten your bottom line. So if you're ready to trade grind guilt for genuine ROI, then press play and let the downtime dividends roll in.
Hey there, welcome to the Sunday Spark, where we ditch those Sunday scaries and ignite some serious inspiration before the work week. I'm Faye Chappell, your semi-sassy guide and the founder of the Regeneration Company, and I'm here to help you crush burnout, brainstorm big ideas, and remember that success should actually feel good. So grab your coffee, strap in, and let's spark some insight.
Welcome to Sunday Spark, the show that fuels your ambition without torching your sanity. I'm Faye Chappell, and I'm broadcasting from the Mastermind City. That's your worldwide hub for entrepreneurs who'd rather thrive than just survive. You know, a few episodes back, we tackled less hustle and more flow, and it was all about shifting frantic energy into focused, deep work. But today, we're going to flip that coin because we're talking about lazy gains. That's the ROI that shows up when you deliberately do nothing at all. So flow optimizes how you work, right? But lazy gains optimizes whether you should be working in that moment at all, because even a Formula One engine needs a pit stop, right? So for my entrepreneurial friends, there's a lot of reasons we don't stop, right? There's fear of slowing down. Entrepreneurs often fear that pausing loses momentum. And actually, regular breaks can increase momentum by preventing burnout. So, one of our clients, Rosa, she was a founder that was stuck in a flat revenue, right? So she booked a 48-hour, no Wi Fi cabin retreat. That's what we recommended. And she panicked the first 6 hours, but then she started doodling in her notebook. Out popped a revamped onboarding funnel that really doubled her monthly recurring revenue in only 6 months. That's not bad for doing nothing, right? Studies have shown that 92% of founders, they check their email in bed. And we all have those inboxes that never empty and social feeds that never stop. But scheduling screen-free mini retreats can actually spark fresh ideas. In founders and startups that regularly skip their breakouts, studies have shown that 2.3% have higher burnout rates because they skip those breaks. So, this is what we can do. These are our lazy gains, our protocols, let's say, for our founders or our entrepreneurs. Number one, let's do white space blocks. Do 2 minute, do two 30-minute calendar holds and label them as nothing. Or dedicate 20 minutes a day as white space. That will be in your calendar. That means no laptops, no phones, just free to have your mind wander. Do an undo list. Every Friday, list one task that you're going to stop doing and claim that time for reflection. Then let's talk about an inbox freezer. I want you to hit the email auto lock after 9 p.m. So protect your brain reboot window. We're going to talk more about how emails in your inbox really affect you next episode. But for now, let's try it. And then I want you to really notice the contrast, right? Because last episode or 2 episodes ago, we talked about flow. Flow optimizes a 2 hour sprint, right? While lazy gains say essentially step away so the subconscious can actually rest and integrate. I remember I once discovered my best product taglines for a product that I couldn't really couldn't figure out what was compelling, but I decided to take a break. And I found that my do nothing moment when I sat on a park bench, it was enough. So my brain connected the dots that I couldn't see while I was actually busy. For us corporate folks, there is a myth of busy, right? Studies show that employees with controlled break times are actually more engaged and less prone to mistakes. So, as a leader, we want to encourage something like Focus Fridays, right? Where we can have one meeting free afternoon per week. If we do that, then more than likely we will see a decline in sick days and a quicker completions in sprints, right? So, how do we implement this? Well, let's try talking about a digital detox hour, right? Weekly, no Slack or email, just read, doodle, or think. This is different than flow. Remember, this is totally decompressing. Or how about a silent sprint Monday? So maybe the first 90 minutes of a Tuesday or a Thursday, we have a company wide do not disturb on our doors, right? And companies that implement these meeting free blocks usually see an uptick in creative output, right? Because you're allowing your employees to relax and think and breathe, and then ideas start flowing. But it doesn't stop there, because as leaders, we need to model this behavior. So executives can actually share their unplug rituals, right? Make rest culturally safe for everyone because the leader is doing it. As I said, flow solves efficiency, but lazy gains solves cognitive depletion, right? The fuel that we really need in order to be able to move forward and sustain our impact. So it is crucial that we try to do a little bit of lazy gains while we are working through the day. In our personal life, we can use some of these biohacking techniques as well. There's a mind body connection where chronic busyness elevates cortisol, right? It's a big word these days. That's our stress hormone. So if we deliberately rest, it lowers that hormone, and it improves our mood and our long-term health, right? So strategic rest essentially can lower your cortisol in some studies by 32%, and it increases your dopamine for the next day, so you'll feel great. So, let's think about some mini retreats that you can do at home. Maybe you do a sunset phone off walk. So in 20 minutes, you walk out, you go watch the sunset. It's 20 minutes. That's your routine every single night. Or do a 10-minute post-lunch notebook daydream, right? So no screens, nothing. You come back from lunch and you just doodle, or you write your thoughts in a notebook. And then once a month, I love to take a sabbatical from everything. Put everything once a month, one day, it's usually a Sunday, on your airplane mode, right? On your devices. And you can think about replacing I'm wasting time with I'm recharging my mind. And then over time, you will see how these restful pauses become fertile ground for better decision making. After my first tech Sabbath, I guess you can call it, my migraines really tanked. My creative outline exploded because I gave myself time. I did less and produced more. So doing less, ironically, produced more results because I allowed myself to actually think and be creative. So here's a great quote that I'll share with you today. Almost everything will work again if you unplug it for a few minutes, including you. How many times when we are having tech issues, what do our tech people always say? Did you try rebooting? Did you try unplugging it for 10 seconds? We want to do that. Flow teaches pace. Lazy gains teaches pause, targeted pause. Sometimes a total power off is precisely what your mind and your spirit need to reboot and come back sharper. So that's the ROI of doing nothing. Your mind resets, your stress reduces, your creative sparks fly. So next time you're tempted to squeeze in just one more email, ask yourself, could a 5-minute break serve me better? Because often the answer is yes. So your action steps for this week: schedule a daily or a weekly digital detox, right? Just try it. 20, 40, 60 minutes, maybe a day. Share this episode with someone who's burning the candle at both ends and understands that maybe they need to take a break too in order to achieve a lazy gain. And then join us again at Mastermind City. We have a hub where you can get more strategies on thriving without worrying about being on that hamster wheel every day. So thank you for tuning in to Sunday Spark. Give yourself the gift of doing nothing this week. You might be amazed at the something that it brings. Until next time, stay inspired, well, and very well rested, because hustle culture says, sleep when you're dead, right? Lazy gains counters that with rest so you can truly live and create. So again, if this sparked an aha, and you want to dig even deeper, then join us on Sunday mornings at 7 a.m. because we do the exact same topic, but we add in real-time breath work, active stillness, and so much more. So if Lazy Gains gave you an idea while you were listening, then leave a quick review. And during your next white space block of time, of course, make sure you write it down and go forward. So until next time, do nothing and then watch everything change. See you next week.
Well, you've just had your Sunday Spark. How's that for a power-packed start to the week? If you're ready for more tips, laughs, and let's get real moments, be sure to subscribe and share this podcast with all of your friends and your crew. Got questions, insights, or just want to say hey? Well, head over to my website, faychapel.com, or any of the social media feeds, and I will be with you there. Until next time, keep that spark alive, and remember, your best life doesn't just happen, you have to create it.